Main thing
I'll
this
be
week,
watching that with
though,
my daughter.
I think Candy wants to jump in on me with this one, is I had a need for speed. I entered the danger zone.
Take my breath away.
I went to see Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun
Maverick.
My
word, this film is fucking incredible.
It's so good, isn't it? I'm so glad that we agree.
So good. One of the best action films I have ever seen at the cinema.
It's the movie of the year for me. Like, without a doubt. Straight up there.
It's so good. A quick backstory on the whole film, and the premise is this is about Maverick. He is pulled back into Top Gun unit because he needs to teach a bunch of young, kind of the best pilots. The pilots around kind of the same age he was in the 80s, and he's got to teach them to do all this stuff to do this mission. They've got to blow up this uranium base that's being made underground. They've got all these things they've got to do and got to learn to avoid being killed, basically. And he's the only man that can teach them. And to throw a spanner in the works, one of the pilots is Goose's son, Rooster, played by Miles Teller.
Oh, Goose didn't make it, did he?
No, so there's a lot of
Isn't this plot to Hot Shots?
kind of resentment from Rooster's side, from like obviously Maverick and Goose, and kind of blaming his dad and other things going on there as well. And Maverick worrying, he kind of tried to take on the father figure, and he's worried about. He even says in the film, if I take him on this mission, he could die and I'll lose him forever. If I don't take him on this mission, he'll resent me forever and I'll never see him again. Yeah. And he's kind of got to weigh all these options up. You've got a love story on the side with Jennifer Connelly playing a character called Penny, which I thought was a really nice side story to it all. I think the chemistry between them was really, really good. It looks like this part might have been put in there for Charlie's character originally, but them not bringing Kelly McGillis back. I think they just went with someone else and new, and it works. They play off them two having a relationship before, and this is kind of he's back around the area, and it's rekindled that relationship. And it's a nice love story on the side. It works really well. But this film, honestly, action is where this film's at. You could nitpick at a lot of other little bits here and there in it, but the action in this film is absolutely incredible, and you can tell and understand why Tom Cruise refused to put this out on streaming during the pandemic.
Because this was finished years ago, wasn't it?
I think
it's been in the can for about 2 years.
Yeah. 2020, I think.
Yeah.
But just to piggyback...
Can I just say very quickly? Oh, I was just going to say, I thought it was an odd question that Kurt asked in the Discord was, do you need to see the original to see this? And to me, you would.
It's the second one.
I don't...
I wouldn't say so.
Actually, don't.
Yeah, my friend that I went with...
That's really surprising.
...hadn't seen it, and it's fine. Most of it's kind of... It's explained in flashbacks and stuff, but even so, like, to go off what you were saying with the story, I think with the mission itself... They knew that you don't really care about the intricacies and the small details. You just know it's a difficult mission, and they don't go into too much detail. But yeah, in terms of having seen the past one, I don't think you need to have seen the first one.
That's what a lot of films, when films don't have 2 or 3 in the title, that usually means it's not a reboot, but a new story. Do you know what I mean? So you can get away with not seeing it, because if they called it Top Gun 2, you'd have expected it to be full-on direct sequel.
I mean, even then, there's not a lot of it. If you're going with somebody who hasn't seen it before, it takes about 2 minutes to explain really the main points of the first one. They're in planes.
They played volleyball.
You have a bit of, if you've seen the original and you have an affection for it, you kind of
soundtrack's
great. You feel a bit more towards Cruise's character, towards his relationship with Goose's son, and obviously with Iceman as well. So yeah, you don't need to have seen it. The film does a good way of explaining what's going on and what happened.
Did both of you rewatch the original before you saw this?
No,
I've seen it so many times. I didn't need to. Do you know? I did enjoy that they really did fan service well, but they got most of it out of the way in the first 20 or so minutes, so then it could kind of concentrate on its own thing.
It literally starts with Danger Zone, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I turned to my friend, like, Danger Zone kicked in. I turned to my friend. I was like, I fucking love this already. I'm so happy right now.
The fan service
got one of the best soundtracks of any film ever, the original.
Do Danger Zone, he gets on his old Kawasaki, he gets on his old bike and everything, like the same bike and things like that. He's got the same jacket on, that kind of thing. So does it
service. I mean, don't spoil it too much, but does it explain the fact that there's a 60-year-old man in a fighter jet?
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, but he's a 60-year-old man in a fighter jet.
60. Gets his top off.
But he is.
There's another sweaty beach montage.
Gets the top off.
Yeah.
Does he? He looks great. He looks great for his age.
60 this year, and it doesn't look 60.
No, it doesn't.
This film, honestly, the action in this, you can, like I was saying, there is a reason that Tom Cruise and the rest of the team said this has to be in the cinema. This isn't going out on streaming service because you have to see this at the cinema. If you can see it on IMAX, go see it at IMAX. Genuinely, it's the plane sequences are incredible. It's all filmed like for the film, so there's no CGI. The actors were in cockpits doing their action sequences. Obviously, they probably weren't doing all the twisters and turnings. No, probably not. But
I think a lot of the time, actually, they were. Did you hear about the training that they had to do to get into these planes?
Really?
I was reading
really
about
impressive.
it today. So they had to learn to breathe. So in some of the scenes, you can sort of hear Tom Cruise doing the kind of breathing, and that's
so. What you're telling me now, then, is that Miles Teller is a trained fighter pilot. He can play the drums to a professional level, and he can set him. I just can't believe that guy.
And this film also has him playing the piano and singing, so add that to that.
Is he the most?
Like Andy says,
incredible.
Some of the making of I've seen of it, they had to train the actors while they're in the plane to understand where the camera is and how to act in front of the camera whilst spinning around and doing all that kind of stuff. So
I know.
Other planes around them.
Yeah,
I've seen the making of the original, and some scenes are shot where the actors are in a cockpit, real while they are in the air, and obviously the pilot behind them's flying it. But they just get rid of that.
Yeah,
I mean, someone else flying, obviously.
Yeah,
but in terms of there might be a little bit of CGI here and there, but in general,
don't matter, does it?
Sequences between the planes, there's times where they're just weaving in and out of things. There's things that fighter jets can do that I did not know they could do.
Yeah,
the way they can move is incredible. It's like ballet. It's honestly the stuff that they can do in those planes is amazing.
Well, the design on birds, so they should be good.
Yeah, it's just honestly, I've never felt that exhilarated watching a film. Like Marvel films.
Perfect way to sum it up. We did, especially towards the sort of final scene where you know they're going into a real difficult mission. Me and my friend were so nervous. We were basically just like hugging each other.
I was moving a lot like this, like kept moving, like shuffling my seat, like gripping the arms, moving my butt to the edge of the seat. Like it's just the woman a couple of seats down from me was crying during the scenes because it was just so overwhelming. It looks incredible. She was crying. Oh, mate, it looks incredible. It sounds incredible. She obviously has a massive attachment to Top Gun because even everything outside the action as well, like the acting, the cinematography, the characters, the soundtrack, all of that's great as well. It's not just the action; everything around it. I
trust Tom Cruise films. I know a lot of people slag him off and stuff, but I trust his films. I think he's got a good eye for what he needs to do. And I know he has a lot of behind the scenes. He does a lot of the producing and stuff like that, executive producing and stuff. I know he's got an eye for it. He's one of the best in the world, but he's just a madman outside of his acting.
Yeah. Well, that's why he has to produce most of his films because he does so many of his own stunts. He has to put his own money into it, basically.
Yeah. No one insures him.
It's already hit 285 million.
That's good.
So so it's obviously. I was there at 11 o'clock this morning. And half the cinema was full. Like this, it's going to be massive. And
did everyone in the cinema have aviators on? Because I would have gone with aviators on.
I actually bought some after I saw it. I went to TK Maxx.
I've got leather jacket, aviators. I'd have been there.
Just
for the
honestly,
need for speed.
If you have any interest in seeing this, don't wait. Do not wait. Go to the cinema.
I might see it on Tuesday. I've got a spare day.
You will not. You won't regret it. It's incredible.
I'm not far from an IMAX either. I've got a spare day.
I would definitely go see it. It's just Yeah, I loved it.
I put my levers on. Any excuse to get them levers on, you know what I mean? Even if it's boiling.
If you do see it at IMAX, you might want to take a sick bag. Because 80% of it is in the air.
I'm fine with that.
So good. Even the training missions in it, though, you're kind of like, oh, fucking hell, like, even that gets you going. I'm
up for it. I like these type of films because they're different from the aliens are taking over America. I like to see this kind of different take on action. I'm always up for it.
Yeah, there's no bad guy. There's no, like, you don't know who the bad guy is. It's just, we have this mission. We have to blow this up. We have to do this, and this is what we have to do.
Standard military.
You're just taking along on the journey, and the action around it is just awesome.
I'm down for it, mate. I'm big
Tom
style
Cruise
down for
does
it.
run.
Yes, that's it. You got me. I love to see the man run.